What's going on, guys? MotoVillain here, back with another video. And people are always talking about reliable on their motorcycles, and you always hear stuff like, oh, I like Ducati, but they're not reliable. Aprilia is one of my favorite bikes, and they're not reliable. Well, I mean, I guess it's all perspective. It's what people hear or see, and what they hear and see the most of, that's what they think. But in my experience, they are dependable. But those two bikes specifically also are race bikes. Like, you take a normal bike like what I got, an SV, Suzuki SV 650, which is not a race bike, and then you take a Ducati, which is built to race. Race bikes aren't really made to last forever, but the thing is that they can last as long as you're not racing it and dogging it constantly. You know, it's okay to go fast sometimes, but if you take care of that motorcycle, it's gonna last. I mean, that's what I believe. Now, if it has an issue from the factory, then that's a whole nother story. Like Aprilia did have like a heating, cooling issue, but they would fix it. They'll fix that for you. There was a recall. Now, stuff like that happens with all companies. Now, I have a Suzuki, and I love Suzuki because of their reliable, if I could spit it out. Every bike I've had that was Suzuki just lasted and lasted and lasted. But I've also had friends that's had Aprilias. I've never owned one, and it would last and last just all the same. But he took care of it. He would keep the oil changed. Whenever it needed service, he would do the service. So, for the most part, if you got a bike and you take care of it, it's going to be reliable. You take care of it, it'll take care of you. But just like cars, you know, back in the day, I had a little Honda Accord. That little thing ran all the way 500 something thousand miles, and I traded it in. It was still running. Now, there are some that are just, you know, a little more reliable, a little tougher, but majority of it, you know, bikes are similar to cars in that way. Suzuki may be a little more reliable, but that's the way they're set up. But I don't think anybody can tell the difference as long as you take care of your vehicle. That's kind of the point. Take care of your vehicle, guys. You take care of it, it's going to be so reliable. So don't let that be the reason you don't buy you a Ducati or a Aprilia. Because let me tell you, I still haven't rode a Ducati, but the Aprilia I rode was amazing. I can't even tell you guys. Compared to the Suzukis that I've owned, that Aprilia was just, I don't know, it'll change your life. My dream bike is still Ducati V4, and I hope one day I can get one of those. But it is what it is. As of right now, I'm riding Suzuki SV 650, which, don't get me wrong, I have a blast on it. It's fun. I take care of it. You know, I keep the fluids clean, make sure everything, the chain is tight and greased up properly, no kinks, no dryness in any of the little links. Keep your coolant fluid full and clean. Your brake fluid, keep it full and clean, which all of this is really easy to flush out and put fresh fluid in. And, you know, your air filter, get in there. You can change it yourself. There's so many YouTube videos, and if you have one of these and you want to see an actual video of somebody doing it, let me know down in the comments. I'll actually do it, and I'll show you how it's done on this bike. Your oil changes are so simple. Like, it's very simple. You got your oil filter right there, and the drain plug is right at the bottom on the other side of this exhaust right here, right on the bottom. Take that out, let it drain till it drips. Once it quits dripping, put your plug back in. Take your filter off, let it drain all out, put your new filter back on. Fill the fluid up to whatever spec that your bike calls for. And when you want to check it, lean your bike straight up and down, and you got your full mark to make sure it's full. But after your oil change, make sure you start it up and let it run for a few seconds so the new oil gets ran all the way through the engine, and you can get a proper level check. Sorry, I'm talking funny. This helmet's got new pads and it's squeezing my cheeks. Can't talk. But guys, that's what reliable is. It's not really the bike, you know, maybe 5% of it, but 90 to 95% of it is, are you reliable? Are you dank, you know, just jerking wheelies and just constantly just dogging your bike? If you are, stuff is going to go wrong. I mean, you might snap a chain, you might get a busted fork. You know, it just depends on how often you're doing stuff like that. If you're just riding it and cruising and going out with your boys and going fast, hitting the highway here and there, hitting the twisties, you know, there's no reason for your bike to not last just as long as any other bike. Especially as long as you're keeping brake fluid, oil, coolant, all your fluids clean and full. If you do that, you're not redlining it to death. You know, your internal engine parts aren't getting super hot, and then you go out and race it again and race it again and race it again. It's going to be hard on it. I get that it's fun and adrenaline's pumping and you're having a blast, but that's also what, you know, kind of takes them out. So just, you know, realize that it's on you and you got to take care of your baby. That's all I got, guys. That's what being reliable is all about. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and you guys have a great, blessed day. Peace.